Drive-Thru RPG. Get your copies of Within the Ring of Fire today. Saga Book 77 Thrones, a theological codex, which is quite apropos considering the topic of religion we're speaking about, Forgotten Realms style. Get Fey Wine, the first novel for Within the Ring of Fire. Monsters and Men you can also get directly in PDF from your main man. Hit your main man up. 4 bundles on PDF. Hit me up on Facebook because this inbox for YouTube isn't working for me anymore. My Facebook link is right on the main page here on YouTube. You can also follow me, _RPG on Twitter. You can hit my Twitter link right there. Follow us, Raw Immersive Games, on Facebook. The group, you can find Google Plus games, you can find Skype games, and local people to play with and talk about Within the Ring of Fire and other RPGs. Now, your main man is going to talk to you today, again, continuing our series we've just started, Forgotten Realms Remembered. We're going to be talking about Beshaba, Shaba Ranks, call her whatever you want. She is the Maid of Misfortune. She has the most peculiar symbol of some antler horns in a red background. I've always been a bit like, why is that her symbol? Well, I don't know. But though I am loath to do so, let me just read you something right here because I think it warrants reading. This is from this book right here, Forgotten Realms, 3rd edition. Beshaba was formed when Tyche, the former goddess of luck, split in twain during the Dawn Cataclysm to form her 2 daughters. Apparently she reproduces by fission. Beshaba and Tamora. It is said that Beshaba got all the looks and Tamora all the love, as men who have met the gaze of the Maid of Misfortune have either been consumed with lust or driven to carry out her every reckless whim can attest. So, this leads us to ask the question that the greatest philosophers of mankind since before the time of fire have always asked. Why are all the hot ones crazy? And Beshaba is definitely zombie hot and batshit crazy. This the best way to understand and to bring her right in there. Just think of think of that and go, okay. I think everybody out there, man or woman, understands batshit crazy, zombie hot. Bring that idea right to the character. She likes to fuck with people. She likes to waste your time. She likes to cause problems. She likes to incite incidents between friends. She likes to break up relationships, marriages, these sorts of things. Just to fuck with you, just as a time passer. For her, she has tremendous damage. She's born out of someone's that just died, you know. So we could see that. We could see the damage. We can see the bad thing. She is that. She's misfortune. She's the bad times, you know. But at the same time, the bad times, she pulls you in and coils you around with that lust, with keeping that fire hot and burning, so that she could continue to torture you, so she could continue to bring those bad feelings out. And that's what stokes her. That's what gets her off. That's what gets her worship so strong. And then she says, worship me, and maybe, just maybe, I'll fuck with you less. Oh, you're getting fucked with, believe you me. And followers hers probably, if anything, could well use the fact they get fucked with more. But she's interesting, and I think her clerical powers don't really work as best with a standard sort of idea of clerical power that kind of spell. She's hexes. She's she's a voodoo doll. She's this sort of psychotic aspect. You know, I see her with the curses of gypsies, or like I said, the voodoo doll with this negative, nasty, vicious, and vindictive. That's the way you could really get Beshaba over. Just vicious and vindictive. And oh boy, you scorned me. Your ass is going to be in trouble. So when you bring that sort of psycho aspect to her character and the fact that she controls misfortune, she controls that entropy, that probability, man, you could tell some wonderful stories right there with Beshaba. People are going to be afraid of her. She's bad luck. You don't want to court bad luck. You either don't want to mention her or you want to mention her in placation. Okay, Beshaba, we'll move on. Thank you for blessing the contracts. And oh God, no, don't. I hope I didn't say anything wrong there. And that could really create a wonderful story. When the player begins to stumble, begins to fall, begins to have this and that and this and that bad thing happen to them, that bad luck that falls upon them because maybe somehow they caused a problem for Beshaba. And I mean, good luck if you want to go loot a temple of Beshaba. You want to slay some of her favorite followers. Sorry about your damn luck. That's going to be a brutality of inconvenience that occurs for you and she fucks with you viciously, relentlessly, ruthlessly for years on end, to the point you just wish you could die. But every time you try to take yourself up to the rope, you slip, you fall, you can't do it even there, because she's controlling that probability, and bring across psychologically a very interesting, very different villain. Follower Beshaba, or followers of Beshaba, shouldn't just, we attack you with hordes of goblins. No. They fuck with you. They bring you back, and that's a villain. You know, your character might be fucking her. But she still is a villain. She still, as she gets so, possessive and obsessed. And, oh, I'm sorry, I love you. Oh, well, you did something with her? Ooh, okay. And then, we see that other paramour turn up dead 3 game sessions later. After they've been missing, and it seems to have been accidental. And it's that power of accidental which makes them so fucking scary, because things could have just happened. There's a probability bad things are going to happen, right? Did they? Or was that the hand of Beshaba? So you could really put your players in a state of constant, perpetual paranoia. We must get the appeasement of Beshaba. You don't just fight Beshaba. You bow to her, and you go, oh God, crazy psycho bitch, don't punish us for our whatever we did. We have no idea what we did. And I know you've heard that line. I think that's pretty much in every sitcom that's ever been made. The male character says, I don't know what I did. Like she does. She knows, regardless if you did it or not. Regardless if she just thought you did it. And that's a great way to bring her followers across. Just go, if I can quote Wade's World, psycho hose beast to the maximum, to that 10th degree. And add in powers and misfortune powers to just fuck with you. Not to kill you, not to brutalize you, but to push you to the point you're like, ah. And that could tell a story of great and interesting psychological torture and dilemma coming at someone almost sort of like in Vampire the Masquerade, a Malkavian might. Their powers, a lot of times, are going to be more in that, almost that dementation type level. Not that their powers emulate those, but the in effect does. From fucking with you so much, getting you so paranoid, making you see things out of the corner of your eyes, and slowly destroying your brain. I mean, that's pretty goddamn scary. That's not, something you could fight with your sword. And the fact that you can't, that they're these seductive temptresses, can really spin an interesting, a different way. But of course, we see some stories like that in Conan, and when you bring them across like that, when they're satin and silk, when they're leather and lace, you can bring a character that gets your players really enamored, and they're all trying to fuck her, and that's a bad move. That's one you pass on, bro. That's one you let go. But god damn. And when you get that in their head, because that's thinking real, that's engaging it real, and you always want to engage your game in a real way. It needs to be brutal and bloody and sexual and passionate and real. That's what you want to aim for. That's the 10. And a character like that, a story arc like that, a villain like that, a villainess, can really help engage that real quality of the game. So I really like Beshaba. I'll play the follower Beshaba once. Very short game. I'd love to do it again. I think there's really a lot to offer. And unfortunately, in Adventure, there's no picture of follower of Beshaba to show you. But you saw the picture. I'll show you one more time of Beshaba. And that's just fucking wonderful artwork. I really like this artist who did that. Now, imagine that. She looks like she just wandered out of some gothic club after dancing for the night. And this one looks like she's actually tied up and about to be burned, I think. But, that's going to be something that really brings home a devious, vindictive viciousness, and those sort of aspects, when you tie them together with misfortune, wow, you can really rock and roll, and you can get the players hating the character, and the character can keep slipping away. In fact, she might be with one of them, and maybe she's been with another one before, and she's someone sees that way. The love triangle gimmick right in your characters. You could do a lot of business with that. You can, and you don't always see things like that in games very much. So when you're doing things you don't see in games very much, but are very true to life, very real, very, very much that most people can relate to and understand that in real life, you can bring across a character that touches the base of, ooh, and people go, oh, I got to do something here. I can't let this go. I got to do something here. And that can really produce a very interesting and entertaining villain that's very different. Particularly when you're running simultaneous plot lines and you have, the bashers there, you know, that lets them get that beat on. And then you have her on a whole different plot line. But at the same time, you know, it ties together the weave together that tapestry of the story. So I think followers of Beshaba are great. And in this version, they say they have plate mail and shield, which and all bludgeoning weapons. It makes no sense. I mean, followers of Beshaba, you know, you want to have small weapons. In my mind, you want to have daggers. In fact, what do they even give them here in this edition? I cannot find it handily, but to me, you know, they're going to be using daggers. You know, she has a portfolio of random mischief, misfortune, bad luck, accidents. So pretty much what we talked about. They have a prestige class for followers of Tamora and followers of her called the Auspician, which is pretty cool. I like that. In AD&D, they were called Doom Masters. So I always kind of got with when the fact a specialty priest would have a specific name, not just specialty priest. You know, it's cleric druid and a Doom Master. Well, son, you gonna play a Doom Master just on the name alone? I don't care what it can do. The Doom Master, that sounds absolutely wonderful. And, you know, you're gonna have, having this sort of entropic power where you're modifying numbers, where you're making. It's like, oh, I rolled a hit. Well, no, my power actually makes you have to roll that again. But I rolled a 20, you have to roll that again. That's fucking with you. You understand? And that's what you want to get across. The character, she's gonna be fucking with them. She's gonna be wasting their time. She's gonna be wasting their emotions, their energy. She's gonna get them here and bring them here, and it's gonna be pitfalls and really just the amazing sort of character you can see in a novel. The seductress, the temptress, the siren. I'll bring that across with a follower of Beshaba, and you can really, you know, play that character well. And you can also flip them. I mean, they can have males. You can have a male follower of Beshaba who does the same kind of deal. You know, and I mean, there's other kind of takes, but I don't want my video to last like as long as my video on Dallas did. But, you know, if you think about it, there's a lot of different things you can do with followers of Beshaba that can really produce a very interesting story, an underutilized goddess that you can utilize in your Forgotten Realms game to make for a much better game. So remember, until next time, I am and always will be your main man.